Alright, so let's play around with some stuff here. To give you a better understanding of some stuff. You know them pants you wear called Levi's? Well, you know the Jews run the garment district, right? You're aware of that. There's a reason why they're called Levi's. Well, let's just jump up here first. To be tax exempt under section 501 C3. So here, tax exempt under 501 C3. And isn't it interesting? Because then it's the 501 blue jeans, right? Well, let's work this out. So who are the major players? Well, we got the Jews here. So what are we going to do? We're going to go, we can do this here. Let's see. So let's just do the math here. So we got the 501. That comes out to your 6. Right? Because as I showed you, the Jews believe that they're God. So they're 6. Okay? Then you got C, right? Which is 3. And you got 3. And we know 33 is Saturn, Satan, whatever you want to call it. It's also C is light, right? So you got light. You just put this underneath here. Light. And then we would have 3, which would be Saturn, right? So there's a couple different ways we can break this down. It all comes out to the same thing. Okay? So 501c3, if we break that down, we could bust it down in a couple different things. All right, now let's jump down here to Levi's. Who are Levi? They were a tribe named after Levi, one of the 12 sons. So there's your 3 of Jacob, who is Marduk, who in Sumerian is Saturn, also called Israel. Remember, Israel in Phoenician, what the Jews speak, means Saturn, right? Now, the Y chromosome points to multiple origins for the Ashkenazi Jews. Now, here's the thing. Let's just do this for fun. And just to show how stupid people are. Let's just split this word here. And then let's just split this word again. Now, what does that word say? So here, an Ashkenazi Levite. These are the dudes that are the main dudes in the Jews. They're the most special group of all of the Jews. And yet they encompass the word Nazi. Yet they've told you that they're their enemies. Nah. Again, they're proving it. So what's with the 501? Well, let's just go back to this here. 501 is 6, isn't it? Now, let's have fun. As McCleary calls it wordsmithing, but I'm about to set my brand here. This is what it is. Blue jeans. Because it's blue, because it's the blue pillar. Remember? So it's the blue jeans. And it's Levi. Oh, believe me, the Jews have got you so over a barrel when it comes to wearing clothes, you can't believe it. Guys, when you look at a woman walk by, girls, sometimes you'll notice it yourself. You ever notice the very back loop on some of their pants has an X on it? Because that's an X, that's a mark of ownership. It also represents Binah. This girl right here. The female aspect of Saturn. It's also the destructive force and the creative force, the feminine part of it. Okay? I've told you guys before, and I don't want to be too graphic, but fuck it. The lapels on your jacket, the lapels on your suits, the lapels on your fucking tuxedo are the lips of a woman's vagina. And your head poking through is them bragging to themselves, because everybody's wearing a shit, that we created you. Because remember, it's the Jews that say that they're man. This is where people get fucked up. So they're number 6. Me and you, the rest of us, we're golems. We're from the dirt. Okay? So they're man, but they're also God. See, that's what that whole thing with CERN was. you know, looking for the God particle, because once they started splitting atoms, now they became God too, right? So now, not only did they believe it in their own writings, but now they're trying to do it through science. Okay? So when you wear blue jeans, you're advertising for the Jews. I'm sorry, it's true. That's why it's a 501c3 and it's Levi's Men's 501 Jeans. They didn't just pick that number and pull out of their fucking ass. This is the truth about this stuff. When you put a shirt on and it's got a fucking collar, it's got fucking lapels. You know, you ever look at a bow tie? You see what that thing's shaped like? You know, it's an hourglass, dude. Usually they're black. That represents Saturn and time. They initiate this. Dude, next time you look at a girl in the back, they'll have that X where their belt loop is. I can go on with more stuff, but I'm just giving you some easy stuff. You know, tax exempt. That's T, that's Tau, axe. That's the Phoenician axe. So they were exempt from the penalties of the Phoenician law, you know, which is money, right? We know all about the banking law of the sea, right? So that's a 503c. And why do you get that? Well, because you're part of the club. Churches get it, and who runs the churches? The Masons. Who are the Masons tied in with? They're tied in with the Jews, right? And so are these guys, the Nazis. Anyway, I don't want to digress too much from what we're talking about, but this is just a little comparison. Okay? We've been getting fucked since the day we were born, since the day that your folks signed that freaking birth certificate. They signed you away to the banking system. And you became part of the law of the water, which is maritime admiralty law, which made you part of the banking system. And that's, you haven't been you were a human for a few minutes by law, which is these guys' law. Levi. You notice it says Levi Men's 501 Jeans, because the Jew, go back and look at the video I showed you where they said that they are God incarnate in man. The real story behind that is that they're man, but there's a twist to this, see? Because if you read the Bible, it says, in the garden man sinned. Well, when you throw that in their face, they don't like that. Because now, if man is the one that sinned in the garden, and you're the one that's telling me that you're man, and that I'm lesser than you, that I'm a mud creature, a golem, then it was you, man, that fucked it up for the rest of us, dirt people. And so, you want the glory, motherfucker? Then live with the shame. You did this to us. And you got most of the world bullshitted, but you ain't bullshitting me, motherfucker. And the sooner you people wake up to what's really going on here. You want to talk about ethnic cleansing? These guys and these guys are all working together to make that fucking Garden of Eden happen, and you ain't been invited to take a bite of the apple.